guys, Jen here from Maine and Suds-N-Such, and I thought I would bring you along as I make my laundry detergent. I will show you this concoction here, before I stick it in the water. I actually myself have switched the type of homemade laundry detergent I'm using, but I first started out making this kind, and I took it to some girls where I worked, and I think they would murder me if I quit making it. So I still make it for them. So there is lots of tutorials on how to make homemade laundry detergent, and this one I got. This is not my recipe, so it's not mine to sell. I'd make it for some girls I work with. They just reimbursed me for the cost to make it. But this recipe, I've only changed it just a little bit to have some of my soap in it. So in this pot, I have 4 cups of water, and then the shredded part you saw was half of a bar of fels naptha. It's a laundry detergent bar. Okay, Austin. And then also one of my laundry bars. My laundry bars that I make are just depending on what I'm making at that time. They're either 50% lard and 50% coconut oil, or 50% coconut oil and 50% vegetable oil. And you can see it's starting to bubble up. You don't want it to bubble up much more than that, because it will bubble up out of your pot. And when I was saying a half a bar, fels naptha bars weigh 5.5 ounces. And then I make my laundry bars to be about 2.5 to 3 ounces. So in this 4 cups of water, I have about 5.5 to 6 ounces of soap that's grated up. I think the next batch of laundry detergent bars I make, they're going to be 100% coconut oil, just because they're more cleaning. Hi, Noah. And then in this mixture here, you guys can see that there's powder underneath there. There it is. In that is 1 cup of borax, 1 cup of super washing soda, and then their recipe online called for a quart or a third of a cup of the purex crystals or the Downy Unstoppables, any of those. I use a little bit more. I use about a half a cup, right around in there. And all you do is you have this on a low boil until all of your soap is melted. Generally, sometimes takes 10-15 minutes. Whoa, Noah, you alright? You gotta be careful, buddy. You okay? You alright? Leave that thingy there. That mean old box will hurt you, okay? Yeah, you're alright. Where's your milk? Go get Mama your milk. We'll get some milk. That always makes stuff better. Yeah. You gonna smack it till it was bad? But this does not take long to melt. I've learned that homemade laundry bars melt faster than store-bought. But I've also learned that if you take that half a bar of fels naptha, put it in the microwave for 30 minutes, and then flip it over and put it in there for another 30 minutes, it puffs up to a ball like this. But you let that cool down, and it grates right into a fine powder. Dissolves much, much faster. And it grates up much, much easier. But homemade soap does not do that. But my new recipe that I use a mixture of a powder and a liquid. I make 100% liquid coconut oil soap for my laundry detergent. And then I mix up a concoction of a powder. Sorry, Noah grabbed you guys. And I use a 1/4 cup of my liquid soap and a 1/4 cup of my powder, my laundry detergent. Now this stuff makes a super concentrated formula that you only use, hold on, sorry, alright, that you only end up using a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons at the max. And I just have some people, no, Noah, that absolutely love it. So, okay. I just turned my stove off because all of my soap, all of my soap is pretty much melted. There's like one little piece floating around in there, but it'll be okay. Now you take your powder mixture, dump it in, and you stir. Now this takes a little bit of time. What, Austin? You got pizza? Well, wait a minute. I used the Spring Rain Purex crystals in this one. So it ended up, will actually be like sort of a green color because the fels naptha bar is yellow and you add blue, it turns to green, so yeah. But what I do is you just stir this, stir this, stir this, try to get all of the grainy part dissolved. And their recipe calls for you to fill it, 2 of these. It fills them about half to 3/4 of the way full. But a girl ordered 2 this size. So what I'll do is I'll fill 1 of these and 2 of these. But the batch makes 2 full quart-sized jars. Each quart does oh crap, can't remember, 50 some loads of laundry is what it is. The whole batch makes 128 loads, 128 tablespoons. So one does 56 or something like that. Or no, 128 is 60 and 60 is 12, 64 loads. God, math. Look.
I mean, I can do it. You want to try that here?
Yeah.
Huh? I can here?
No, get out of the freezer, sweetie. But you just mix, you turn the heat off. You can take it off the heat if you want. I just find that it helps just to leave it on the eye, even though the eye is off. It's just that little extra heat. And you just mix, mix, mix. Try to get everything melted. All of the powders you put in there dissolved. And this just makes a really, really thick, concentrated detergent. I need to wipe that off my finger. Austin, shut the fridge.
That's not bad.
Shut the freezer then, smarty pants.
I am doing that. I'm doing that.
I do put an ingredients label on here because they do pay me the cost for me to make it, and you know the cost of my jars, and so I do put an ingredients label on there. And this is not something that I sell on my Etsy page or anything like that. Because like I said, this is not my recipe. I got it off of Pintrest, I think it was. Now I do have my recipe that I have switched to. It's a possibility I may one day sell it, but you know, it's a 2-part thing. You know, I have my liquid and then I have my powder. And I really like it. It really works. I have 2 little kids, you know.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm sorry you can't play in the freezer.
I want pencils.
You're going to have to wait until I get the detergent made, okay? Okay, there's that one stubborn piece of soap, and I'm just going to get it out. I think there was 2 of them. Where's the other one? There it all I do. No big deal. It's not like you're missing a whole lot. This to me is a forgiving recipe. Like I've heard people not be able to get it to work putting it in these smaller jars. I've not had any trouble with it. So, you know. Alright, now. What I'm going to do is try to get you guys up so you can see my jars. And not make you fall over. You see all my jars here? Pretty much. Okay. Now. Take this. Hopefully I'm not all in the way. And if I make a little bit of mess, oh well, I don't care. It's soap. I'll wash it off. I'm not picky about this. Okay. Now, as you can see, they're all filled up about halfway. Oop, no, you can't see. There you go. Now, I'm going to take these two. I'll bring them back and show you. I'm going to take them over to the sink and fill them up to about right here with water. You need a little bit of room, but I'll bring them back and show you. Huh? No, the stove is hot.
What stove?
The one I'm working on.
That's the stove.
Gotta get my lids.
Just give me pencil.
In a minute, I'm almost done.
Hey, do you pencil? Put me a pencil.
Okay. I'll bring you this one first. You can see about how far I filled it up. Flip it over. See? And that's how you sit it. And I'll explain to you that in a minute. Let me get the other two jars filled.
Are you done?
Almost.
Why?
Why? Because I'm just almost done.
How a pencil? Like
now. Well, I'll give you one in a second, son.
Now.
Alright. Here's my other two jars. Alright. No, will you quit? Alright, let me get you down. Now, I'm going to zoom you out. Oh, wrong way. Good gravy. I don't know how to use this thing. Alright, as you can see, they all have quite a bit of headspace. The reason for that is you just let it sit like this till it's cooled down. Okay, sorry about that. But you leave it like this till it's cool. About, I think they say on their website 4 hours. I have done it in like 2 hours before. But you'll notice, I'm not sure if the big one's doing it yet. I've made a batch earlier today. Let me get down here. You see that? It's separating. And that's what you want it to do. That one is starting to separate. Barely. See it down in there? And that's what you want. They will separate to where there will be like that much hard stuff and then the rest is liquid. And it forms like a crystal up here. And that's why you flip it over. That way you can get the crystal out. But over here, I will show you ones I've made earlier. See how they are flipped? Or, you know, and if they're still warm. But if I go like this, or even like this, it stays. That thick hard spot. And I will show you how I finish them, since that one obviously is done. Let me put you guys back up on your perch, and I'll show you how I finish these. Are you there? You're there. Okay. Alright, let me put this in the sink.
Macaroni.
Macaroni?
Yeah, in here.
Oh man.
You got those two pieces.
Okay, let me push these up out of the way.
You got those two.
You have your standard blender. That's still hot right there to be careful. You have your standard blender. Okay. You want to make sure this can come off. That you have one that can come off.
Mommy, is this any good?
No, it's not any good. And the reason is because these will fit a standard mouth mason jar, not a wide mouth. Right here's a wide mouth. It will not fit. It's too big. These will fit a standard. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to put this over here, and I'll adjust my camera so you can see it. Let's see. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead. These are the ones I made earlier. She ordered 2 different scents. And so I had to make 2 batches. As you can see, it does not take long. Austin likes to help me to do this. When you pop the seal on this, do it slowly. So you don't, and then the stuff falling down, I don't know if you guys could see that or not. It's mostly the crystals, the purex crystals. Knife. Hope you can see that. Stick it down in there. Slowly. Cut up that hard spot place. Slowly, because if not, it'll pop up out of there. Just like that. You cut it up. See, it floats to the top. Okay? Put your lid on. Your blender blade. Just like that. Fits perfect. Ooh, not perfect. Did you see that? Let's tighten that down, see if that makes it better. No, it is leaking. No. Undo it. See what's wrong. Why is it leaking? Last time I didn't use the rubber seal. Maybe that's why. You would think the rubber seal needs to be there. We will see. Let me get a wet paper towel.
He's on the hand. No one was on this spot. His hair was on the way.
Clean up my mess.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is all in real time, everybody. Trials and errors, and I'm hoping that my new blender is not broke. I've only used it once for my detergent. I don't use it for food, just my detergent. And I burn up my last one. So this one is new. And I'm hoping that it's not ruined already, because I've only made 2 batches of laundry soap with it. Okay, now let's try it like this. Get that dried off. Dry the inside. Let's put the cap on.
Mommy, why was that?
Alright, let's see.
Why was that thing open?
Okay, yeah, okay. I don't know why it's not leaking this time, but yeah, okay.
Why did this stuff
Here, and you'll buzz it up. Hopefully, I'm not sure if you guys can see that well. You guys can see it sort of. There you go. Let me zoom you into it. What I'm doing. Do you hear the motor change consistency? That's when you know you're done. No, it's not done. Okay, that's better. It doesn't take long but it's got to be thick when you're done. There we go. And this is why you need that headspace, because it whips it up.
Mommy!
Nice and thick.
Mommy!
What, Austin?
See that? To turn down my eye.
See that consistency?
Mommy! He did this to turn down my eye.
How'd you get that in your eye?
That was open. That was open. Oh.
Okay, I'm back. I'm going to do the little ones. I'm going to take the lids off. Break the seal really slow. And then chop it up slowly so it doesn't make a big mess like I made earlier.
Oh, wow.
Woo! Okay.
Why is this going on?
I made a little bit of a mess. I can't never do this without making a little bit of a mess. I'm telling you. You can do this with a hand stand mixer. It's just, it doesn't get quite the same consistency. But you can do it. I have before. I don't like it as well. You see, I'm putting the baby on there. Oh, God. I'll put that one on there tight. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Clean up my jar. As you can see, it's nice and thick. Nice and thick. And that's why you only use a tablespoon, because it's so thick. Put our lid on. Okay, more paper towels. Clean up my mess. Okay, doing the last one. Maybe if I can get the lid off. This one is scented in lavender. And the other one is the Spring Rain fragrance. Or Purex crystal scent. Laid on.
Mommy, that's glass. No, that's glass.
Okay, I'll get it. Get out there. No. Tip it over, make sure it's not no leaking. I don't know why I can't use the rubber. You think that would keep it from leaking, not make it leak. I mean, as you can see, it doesn't stay on there long. 30 seconds or so is all as long as you need to whip it up. And then, yet again, nice fluffy detergent. And that is how I make this type of laundry detergent. You can look it up on Pinterest. I think it's called Mom's Super Laundry Sauce is what she calls it. Can't remember exactly. Let me put this in the sink and I'll show you guys the ones I just made again. How they're still quite hot, so I have to be careful. But you can see, look at there, separating right before your eyes. But that is that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.